Are you a 50 plus or Gen Xer who has change on your mind? Are you thinking you want to make a change to your job, maybe your career? Hey, maybe even a big life change? Well, are you wondering if this could mean that you are having a mid career crisis because this might be a symptom of a mid career crisis, this desire for change? Well, let's cut to the chase. Yes, it is a symptom of a mid career crisis, this desire to make significant changes. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at what you can do about that, some practical solutions to feeling this desire to make a change. Hi, I'm Jeanette, the North Dawn Coach, and welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here with us today. So the first thing, if this desire for change is really on your mind and potentially has been on your mind for some time, is to do your research. So don't make any sudden moves to, make a big change without doing some of the steps that would come before that change. And the first thing that you can do to productively deal with this desire, this symptom of wanting to make a big change, is do some research about it. Now, research is a comfort area for me. So I tend to stay way longer in the research mode than is actually good for me to avoid taking action. But in this particular instance, where that desire to make a change is something that's on your mind, that's probably not something that you're going to be in jeopardy of doing. So what you want to do is just slow down a little bit on this desire to make the change, to do some research into the kind of change that you're wanting to make. So this is really going to vary by person to person, because it may be that you are just desiring a change within your current circumstances, within your current organization. Well, that's going to be a different kind of research. You're going to want to look into what opportunities are there versus somebody who wants to make a significant life change at this point. Maybe that's leaving W-2 employment entirely and moving into an entrepreneurial journey. So there's all sorts of different things that you could be researching in this phase. But the point of it is to look into what is on your mind, what's in your heart about making a change at this particular juncture, so you can learn as much as possible about that possible change. Then the next thing, and maybe even concurrently, you would want to try to take some small steps to experiment as you're doing that research. So we're not talking about give your notice for your position at this stage. We're just trying to check it out and do that in a maybe a more public way than through research. Now, again, not making a big public announcement, but possibly, going out into your network and doing some informational interviews about the direction that you want to go. So talking to people, maybe, if that entrepreneurial life change is something that you've been thinking about, maybe it's doing some of the initial steps of setting up a side hustle. So there's a variety of things that you can do in this sort of middle range of looking into, what is this? What does this feel like? What does this look like as you're still in the mode of continuing with the current circumstances, but thinking ahead to, what's possible out there. And then the third thing that you can do at this stage is to think through on a practical basis, well, what does that transition look like? So plan the transition, assuming that you are finding like this is the direction you want to go. So that might be looking at, and not even a might be, it would include looking at your financial circumstances. Does this change involve, some risk associated with it? What kind of backup plans do you have? How are you going to transition in terms of time? Is this something that is occurring over the next year, or is it something that's occurring over the next 4 weeks? Those kind of things in planning the steps to the transition period. So hopefully these are three practical things that as this desire for change, the symptom of a mid-career crisis, is something that you're dealing with that you can practically do that gives you momentum as you're moving forward, but is actually not making yet that significant announcement, that declaration of the actual change. So it's sort of change steps that predate the actual big change. So thank you for joining me today. I like to post twice a week, once in the middle of the week and once on the weekend. So we're only a few days apart from when we'll be together again. But in the meantime, as I grow this channel, if you could subscribe and share this content with others, I sure would appreciate it. All right, until next time, we'll see you soon. Take care.